If you are somebody who always dreamt of being a model, a pageant winner, or an actor, but are constantly scared of getting scammed, then you have found the right video. Hi, I am Lekh Uthaiah. I am the founder of Elekhtra, which is a pageant and model training institute. The social media link of all of which is in the description. I am a Bangalore-based influencer. I am a model and a former Femina Miss India state winner. And in this video, we are going to be talking about a lot of scams that you can avoid if you watch till the end. Let's begin. Number one, do thorough research on the person or the company in question. Every agency, every pageant has a social media presence, so make sure you go find if they have a website. They ideally should if they are an organization. Go to their Instagram page, see if they have work that is displayed, see if they have tagged people. Mostly all agencies tag their models. Make sure you go to those models and maybe ask them, see if they have done other work. See that if that work is somewhere reflecting, if they have re-tagged them somewhere. Ask those models as a DM saying, hi, I'm planning to sign up with this agency, or I'm planning to be a part of this pageant. Can you tell me how your experience was? Reach out to as many people as possible. Someone might respond to your DM. If it is fake, if they are a scam, someone will be happy to tell you so. No one asks for money straight away, okay? Please make sure you do not upfront give any sort of money if they ask for it. Ideally, they should take a commission out of the work that you do. I'm talking about modeling here. They should basically be taking out what the client pays the model. They might take a cut out of that. The industry standard as of today is 30%. But to straight up say that if you want to be a part of this ramp walk, you have to give this, does not apply. When it comes to pageants also, they might have a registration fee for this, because this is where your step number one, which is research, becomes really important, because pageants do ask for a registration fee because that's how they work. When I started off modeling, had this crazy incident where a guy said that he has to make an ad ID for me, after which I can start applying for all the ad campaigns that he has. And I said, okay, what is the ad ID? And he says, you have to pay me 1,200 rupees. He never paid me back. I realized that it was a scam. After he scammed me, reached out to one of the models that he had put on his profile, asked that model, and she said, there's no such thing as an ad ID. Please don't get fooled. Unfortunately, I had already been fooled, but you please don't fall into the same thing. Never ever send nudes. There will be certain agencies which will ask for your Polaroids. A Polaroid is nothing but a barefaced photo of you with different angles. I will link a video in the description which talks about what Polaroids are and how you can make them at home. That would be step number one to becoming a model. Some agencies ask for bikini pictures as well, but it's mostly never shot from a phone, or they never ask you to take random angles. I remember when I was applying for Lakme Fashion Week, they had asked for bikini pictures because there was one swimwear round that I was auditioning for. I don't think I sent it, mostly because I was just starting off. I did not have the confidence. I would do that now. But it mostly would be professional, would be shot just like your regular Polaroids are shot. Contracts. Now this is where a lot of people get really worried. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about the length of the contract either. Now that we have ChatGPT, just literally type out each paragraph into it and ask what it means in layman terms. It will explain to you. Keep giving prompts saying, is there something fishy, or is there something that could hamper my time with them? Should I be giving them any counter details to put in the contract? It would be really nice if you can befriend someone who is studying law or is a lawyer. I remember when I got my first proper contract, it was from Times. I had sent before I signed up for Miss India, and I made sure I sent it to one of my lawyer friends to like go through it. It was like a 30-page contract, and I just wanted to make sure that nothing was excessively fishy. And she went through it and she said, no, it's boilerplate material, nothing to be worried about. So make sure you read them through. Also, if someone is rushing you to sign a contract, if someone sends it and says it, no, it has to be done within 24 hours, do it really fast, that is sort of a red flag. I mean, I basically was asked to do it on an urgent basis because they were announcing the winners of Miss India 2022 the next day itself, and I was like the last person who they had confirmed. But when it comes to agencies and stuff, please take at least 48 hours minimum. They should be able to give you at least 2 days time, because no one has the time to immediately get on it. Like, I remember my dad saying, why are they rushing you? I've not even come back from office and they're making you sign it. In fact, I didn't even have 6 hours. That's true. I actually signed it in less than 6 hours, but I did do a DocuSign. So before I signed the physical copy, which is basically what holds better in court, I did make my lawyer see that. There is no reason to give out your personal information at first shot before you're having a conversation. If they start up by saying, can you please share your Aadhaar ID, or can you share your PAN card details, or can you share stuff that is not necessary, don't do it. I remember that I had to share my PAN card details because I was signed as a vendor with Times when I was a model with them full time, and they used to pay me for the ramp shows that I used to do. That makes sense because they need to link it and sign you in. But otherwise, just your bank details should be fine. They don't necessarily have to take all of your documents. Kind of risky. Please make sure you have two-factor authentication on all of your DigiLocker and things. Like, nobody should be able to use it before you getting a notification that someone's trying to log in, and an OTP should come to you at all times. Before you meet an agent, may this be someone from the pageant space or someone from the modeling space, please see, number one, that you do not meet them after sundown hours. There is no meeting that needs to be done andhere mein. Number two, always try to meet in a place of public interest, like a cafe of sorts. Some people do have home offices. That's a little tricky of a situation, but just make sure that all of your friends, if you have family in that city, let them know where you are. If there are friends, always send live locations. It's something that I would do when I was in Mumbai and I was like looking for places. Like, I'll give you two examples. In the first one of my friends was told to meet up with this agent called Ravi from RJ Talents, who's basically the head of that entire agency. He told to meet her somewhere at a Starbucks or a cafe coffee day, but he came in a car and he said, hey, get on, let's just like go grab some dinner instead. And then took her to his place for some reason and ordered dinner while another female friend of his came. And I remember getting live updates from my friend and panicking the whole time, and I had to fake call her, tell her that I injured my leg, sell that story to the man because I had also worked with him once or twice and I did not like the way he worked, but I was desperate for work at that point, and I got her out of it. There was another instance where a guy called me to his home office during lunch hours, so I kind of agreed to it. He had cameras all over the place, so he said, listen, nothing to be worried about, there are cameras everywhere. I said, as if I'm gonna get the footage of this, but cool. And he said that he did not like my Polaroid, so he wanted to click some on his own because he was also a passionate photographer. So he told me to carry tank tops and shots and stuff. And then he clicked pictures of me with a dumbass ring light. And I said, you are someone who deals with people in Surat. His name was Vaibhav. You are someone who deals with people who do catalogs like sari shoots, etc., for which pictures I've already sent to you. Who are you going to send these Polaroids to? And then he says, no, this is just for my reference. I have no idea what that means. I never worked with him. The next would be unrealistic promises and pays. If something says that it's paying you 50,000, you're a newcomer, why would anybody pay you half a lakh? You have no experience in any of that space. In fact, even the best models, they negotiate a lot with them, and it takes very long for you to get paid really well. So if an offer seems too good to be true, it 100% is. Do not fall for that trap. The budget is always decided based on your profile. If any query straight up comes with a pay, that's mostly not a legit query. They should be able to say budget based on the profile. You should be sending your profile across. They should be asking you for your work links or your body of work, and then they should be telling what the budget for you is. And the last one is, do not present yourself as desperate. Never say things, I would do anything to be your model, please give me this job, I'll do whatever. Never talk about your financial problems or your emotional stressors or your work stress to anybody who is in the workspace. You may say it to your family or your friends, but not people that you work with, no matter what. That feeling of calm, de do, kuch bhi de do, chalega. It's okay to ask over and over again to show that you're interested and to show that you're headstrong and you're resilient and you want something. A whole different story to present yourself as someone who has no other option and only needs this or else she doesn't know how to survive. Because there are people who are vultures in industries like this, and they do take advantage of people who do not have a plan B or a strong backing. Do not be one of them. Even if you are desperate, stand your ground. Good things will always come if you don't slip under the radar at times that feel desperate. I will end this video by talking about one fake agency which I had an experience with. It's called Cast You. I don't even know how they have an operating office in Bangalore. They have one near Sapna Book House. I went to them because I saw one of their ads that they keep putting up. And before you even sign up with them, they say, oh, you don't have great pictures. Let us click pictures for you. You will have to pay like what, 70,000-80,000 for like 8 changes or something like that. They also have a legitimate website which have pictures of models who I do not think they have worked with. Now that I'm in this space, I spoke to 2 or 3 models. I said, I saw you on their website, and they're like, no, what, we've never worked with them. So there are people who just supposed to be extremely legitimate and actually have money to advertise their fakeness, so be aware of them. There are a few more fake agencies that I have either heard of or made a note of. I will be putting them in the description, so make sure you check that out and block them so that you never like see their ad or ever have interactions with them, so that they don't mess with you in here. I hope this video was helpful. I only want the best for you, and if you follow these things top to bottom, you will actually save yourself from a lot of scams and be able to maneuver through this extremely difficult industry with a little bit of ease. I wish you all the best with all of your dreams, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!